Hi everyone, welcome to Watercolor Wednesday. I'm Bonnie Krebs, creator of Watercolor the Art Impressions Way, and today I have a really simple project. I know that I always say these projects are simple, but this one really is. For that time when you need something really quickly, you can make something simple like this. This is only a few stamps and only 2 colors. So you can do something really beautiful with a very limited palette. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So we're going to start out with these stamps. So I picked a container from one of our newer sets. This is the clay pot and it's the fall series, but we're going to use this container here. And then we're also going to use one of these little accent stamps from the little birdhouse set. So this little accent right here, we're going to use that one. We're also going to use some items from the Flowers and Foliage set, our favorite set of staples that is in almost every project. So we're going to use the little wildflowers right here, the little daisy bunch. And then we're also going to use the large grass. So those 2 items, also the vine. We're going to use the vine as well as the large grass. So 2 out of the foliage set. Okay, so here we go. I started out by stamping the image on my watercolor paper. So I used the number 86 violet. So it's actually African violet, number 86. And I stamped it on my watercolor paper. And I left this corner off because I want to sort of put it in the wild grass and I don't want to have to stamp over the container. So I just kind of rub that corner off. So we're going to start by adding water, pulling the color out of the lines, and we want to stay inside these lines. Okay, see this line that comes across here? We don't want to just stroke over the top of it, or this one here, or these here. We want to just stay within those lines. So you want to pull the color out and just stay within those lines. So don't drag your brush over the whole image. So we're going to just drag this color out now, pull it out from the side, and drag it to the center. We want to make sure that center stays open. So we want to keep that highlight in there. And that's what's going to make our container look round. So we want to make sure we don't ink the whole thing. You know, when you ink something solid, what happens? It becomes flat. So we really want to avoid inking anything in solid. We want to leave those white areas. And the area farthest away from you is the darkest, so that would be the sides. So you can just keep pulling the color out of here. Stay within the lines. And we're just about finished with our little clay pot. So I'm going to come back in with a fine tip, and I'm going to really darken in inside these handles because that's going to add a lot of dimension to the image. You can see that's already starting to pop up. So our next step, we're going to pull some of this color to the outside. This really creates a nice effect, sort of like a halo, a little background, and it just adds that extra dimension. Don't stress out about this at all. Just get a little bit in there and call it good. Remember, these projects are quick and easy. They're made to be done quickly with just a few stamps. Okay, so we're good with that. So let's move on to our foliage. So we're using our second color now, and we're going to start with our grass. So our little grass stamp here, we're going to ink it, and then we're going to stamp it, remember, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got that in there. So we're going to dip our brush, pinch the color off, pinch the water off, excuse me, and just drag the color out. Pull the color out from the blue. You can drag some of this color down. That's going to add a lot of dimension. Don't worry about getting that blue into the green. It's actually okay, and I think it adds a lot when you do that. Okay, so now we're going to add our vine. This is the little vine from the foliage set, and I'm going to ink it with the pine green, just half of it. And we're going to get some of this foliage in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, a sequence of 5. Let's ink it again. And get a couple more in here. Dip our brush. And just dab. We're just softening these little lines. It will all come together. Even if it looks like you didn't stamp it quite in the right place, trust me, it will all come together as soon as you add the water. It just kind of does its thing. Okay, now we're ready to add the flowers. So we'll take the grass off of here and add our little daisy bunch. And I'm going to ink that with the African violet. And we're going to go in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a little circle. We can ink just a couple. And get a few more in here. Add our water. Remember, it's just stamp and add water. So easy. And you just dab. No brush strokes, no circular motion. You're just dabbing. And see how quickly this comes together. You got a little painting in just a few minutes. Mount it on a simple card. You know, they don't take a lot of embellishments because they're very simple little paintings. So it's easy to just put it on a card and give it away. You can add a few little dots in the background. That adds a little dimension also. A little interest. And let's ink our final one here. This is the little one from the birdhouse set. It's just a little accent stamp, so just a little bud. Kind of finish off our image here. So we're going to ink the little buds with the African violet, and then we're going to ink the stem with the pine green. And we're just going to stamp it in here a couple of times. 1, 2. Let's ink it again. And ink the little buds. We'll put it in here and maybe one up here. You don't really even need to add much water to these. They're so tiny. I just do a little dab and they're good to go. Pull a little more of this color out for background. And we're almost finished. Let's add a little detail to our clay pot. And I just did that by inking one of these little flowers on the little daisy bunch and just stamping it on the clay pot. Put a little circle under it. And we can add a little more color from our palette. And there we go. Be sure to sign your work. Done in just a few minutes and only using 2 markers. Thanks for watching.